Let's talk about this Hummer EV one more time. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Kevin, and the last video I made on the Hummer EV, it did say fake in the thumbnail. And I think some of you took that way too literally, while others, thankfully, listened very closely to what I had to say in the video. Others just immediately said, oh, it's fake, and then just ran to the comments section with, it's not fake, it's a real vehicle. Yes, it's a real vehicle. It's a real prototype, although not fully functional at the time. The part that I said was fake was the vehicle in the demonstrational video was CGI. That's the only part that I said was fake, not the actual vehicle itself. Yes, there is a vehicle. There is a prototype vehicle at the time, was not functional. It went forward and backward and turned left and right. Lights came on. That was about it. The crab walk didn't work. Super lift didn't work. None of that stuff works. As today's date, I'm still not 100% certain if any of those functions work. I know they were trying to get them to work, and I think a few of them are working now. But at that time, they weren't. So I simply stated that the part that was fake was the CGI version in their advertisement video. So now with that out of the way, yes, it's a real vehicle. Now, this real vehicle, this Hummer EV, is going to get an off-road package. Now, that's not going to come out with the first model year. Every 2022 Hummer EV first edition has sold out. And if you had ordered one fully loaded, the price came to about $113,000. Now, there are a lot more Hummer EV variants coming between now and 2024, one of which is going to be an extreme off-road package. Now, 2023 model is supposed to be getting this package with a few off-road goodies, including 18-inch wheels with 35-inch mud tires, front and rear lockers, heavy-duty ball spline shafts, full underbody skid plates, underbody cameras, and more. Now, they don't really emphasize what the more is. I wish they would. Maybe they're going to include steel bumpers or maybe some tow hooks, possibly the option for a winch. I'm not too sure, but that did say more. So I'm just speculating. Don't jump on the comments and tell me it's not going to be there or it will be there. I'm purely speculating. They also did state that the Hummer EV for 2023 would still start around $99,995. And then the extreme off-road package would be an optional add-on for that price tag. Now, the 2022 Hummer Edition 1s were said to have a total of 1,000 horsepower. They say that the 2023 models will have about 800 horsepower with 3 electric motors, and the 2024 models will have 2 motors producing 625 horsepower. So we're kind of downgrading on the horsepower, which is kind of just the opposite of what I thought was going to happen. I figured that the horsepower would eventually climb over the years, but it seems that we're going just the opposite direction. So 1,000 horsepower for the first model year, then we're going down to 800 and then kicking it down to 625. Torque hasn't been discussed in all these new horsepower numbers. Now, with all that being said, I do still believe that GM knocked the design of this Hummer out of the park. It looks absolutely phenomenal. It does resemble a Hummer and not some boxy electric vehicle. The interior actually has an interior, so I'm super excited about that. It does look like a futuristic interior of a truck. Unlike, say, Teslas that have very bland, simple, straight dashboards with one screen, this actually has a gauge cluster and an infotainment center and a gear selector and all this stuff. It feels like a truck, and I'm so excited about that they didn't go to the extreme far side like Tesla does. All right, so let's quick recap. The Hummer EV is going to get the extreme off-road package for the 2023 model, which in turn is said to have about 800 horsepower and 3 electric motors. Outside of that, full details are still yet to be confirmed. We don't know what they're going to be, except for those couple tidbits that GM has given us with the 35-inch tires, front and rear lockers, and a few other odds and ends for your off-roading pleasure. So make sure you drop your comments down below what you think of the extreme off-road package for the Hummer EV coming out in 2023. And what do you think about the horsepower variations? They seem to be dropping every year. We're going from 1,000 down to 800 and then down to 625. So let me know what you think about that. Should they have flipped it? Or should they have just kept 1 horsepower rating throughout the thing? Or maybe just kept it optional the whole way across the board? That's a thought I didn't really think about till now. Make sure you drop a like on the video. Please hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And I'll catch you in the next upload.